Sudan's history is one of the most powerful stories in Africa, yet most people know almost nothing about it. This silence did not happen by chance. It was created long before modern nations existed, long before colonial borders were drawn. Sudan was home to some of the earliest and most advanced civilizations on Earth. This land, along the Nile, gave birth to the ancient civilizations of Nubia and Kush. These were not minor societies living in the shadow of others. They were builders of cities, masters of trade, and rulers of empires. The land of Nubia. Nubia existed thousands of years ago, stretching across what is now northern Sudan and southern Egypt. It was rich in gold, iron, and fertile land. This wealth made Nubia powerful and valuable. Nubians were skilled farmers, talented artisans, and fearless warriors. They traded with Egypt, sometimes as partners, sometimes as rivals, and sometimes they ruled Egypt, the kingdom of Kush. From Nubia rose the kingdom of Kush, one of Africa's greatest empires. Kush existed for over 1,000 years, longer than many famous civilizations combined. Its capitals moved from Kerma to Napata, then to Meru. Each city became a center of power, culture, and innovation. Kush built massive temples, advanced iron industries, and strong political systems. This was not a primitive society. It was a state civilization. Sudan has more pyramids than Egypt. Few people know this truth. Sudan has more pyramids than Egypt. Over 250 pyramids rise from Sudanese soil. They were built by Kushite kings and queens, long after Egypt's pyramids were constructed. These pyramids were not copies. They had their own style, steeper, narrower, and uniquely African. They were tombs of kings, queens, and powerful nobles. Each pyramid tells a story. Each stone is a page of history. The Black Pharaohs, at the height of their power, the kings of Kush did something extraordinary. They conquered Egypt. These rulers became known as the Black Pharaohs of Egypt's 25th dynasty. They ruled from the Nile Delta to deep into Africa. They restored temples, revived religious traditions, and unified the region under African leadership. For nearly a century, Africa ruled Africa. This fact alone challenges many false ideas about history. So, why was Sudan's history hidden? If Sudan was so powerful, so advanced, so influential, why don't we learn about it? The answer lies in colonialism, colonial erasure of African history. During European colonial rule, African civilizations were intentionally minimized or ignored. History books were rewritten to present Africa as a continent without achievement. This made colonization seem justified. Sudan's history was dangerous to this narrative because Sudan proved that Africans built empires. Africans ruled other civilizations. Africans created advanced societies long before Europe's rise. So Sudan's story was pushed aside. Archaeology and silence. Archaeological research in Sudan received little funding. Discoveries were underreported, misattributed to Egypt, or left unexplored. Museums focused on Egypt. Tourism promoted Egypt. Textbooks followed the same path. Sudan became invisible. Modern media and misrepresentation. In modern times, Sudan was reduced to images of war, famine, conflict. Rarely was its ancient greatness shown. A single story replaced a complex truth. This repetition shaped global perception. The evidence still stands, but history cannot be erased completely. The truth remains carved in stone. Pyramids still rise in the desert. Temples still stand along the Nile. Inscriptions still speak across time. Sudan's past did not disappear. It waited, rediscovering Sudan's past. Today, scholars, historians, and African researchers are rediscovering Sudan's ancient civilizations. New excavations reveal advanced urban planning, long-distance trade networks, sophisticated religious systems. Sudan is slowly reclaiming its place in world history. Why this history matters today. This is not just about the past. It is about identity. When people believe Africa has no history, they also believe Africa has no future. Sudan's story proves otherwise. It shows that Africa was powerful, organized, innovative, and that truth changes everything. The final truth: Sudan was not a shadow of other civilizations. Sudan was a center of power. Its history was hidden, but it was never lost. The world is beginning to listen. This is Sudan's untold story. Subscribe to Africans' Untold Stories and reclaim Africa's forgotten history.